guys, and thank you for showing up tonight. Uh, really want to start this out by saying this video is going to be a little different than any of the other videos that I have done or probably will do in the future. Um, Today we're going to venture a little bit off of the main focus of what I'm doing on this channel, and that is of Kybers. Um, we're going to move to talking about something a little bit different tonight, and it's mainly because it's something that I'm going to be adding to the arsenal for the future Kyber review videos. So, with that, sit back, take a load off, enjoy this for just a few minutes. Right, folks, we traveled to the planet of Jaymoo. Um, we got ourselves a Jaymoo blade. Uh, this blade, I've been pondering on whether or not to actually get one. Um, but the more and more I researched it, the more and more I looked, the videos I have seen out there from some of the other YouTubers that have gotten their hands on these blades, um, just made it seem like the right thing to do. They're not cheap, I will admit. However, the main thing is I wanted something that would really allow you guys to see vibrant colors of what the Kybers we're going to be looking at going forward. Uh, what they give you in your lightsabers, not just from the stock Savi's blades that you can get from Galaxy's Edge, but from the actual Jaymoo blade. Um, and I know what you're thinking. Yeah, we've seen other videos from other people already, about this blade, and I mean, let's be honest, that's true. Like I said, I've seen a bunch of them myself. But the one thing I want to do is honestly, I want to give you guys a look at it as a collector from a collector's point of view. Um, I want to give you a true side by side comparison of this blade and the Savi's blade. Uh, that way you can really get a good comparison, because I know a lot of the videos that I've seen, uh, the guys out there that have done it, they've done a great job. Don't get me wrong, by all means, but most of the videos I've seen, they have two different captures that they have on there, so you don't get a true side by side look, and that's what I want to be able to do for you guys today. I want to give you side by side looks. I grabbed my Ahsoka Clone Wars, so I've got two blades uh, with similar hilts. I tried to do this with my temple guards that I have, but the yellow was just really, really hard to get the camera to capture. just the how good it was. Uh, Looking at the yellow blades. So I decided to go with these. Starting off with the blue, we will look at the green as well. I believe it still said it blue. I may be wrong. I may have changed it to the green. I can't remember for sure. But we're definitely going to look at these blades and give you an idea. So um, let me go ahead and move some things around. The video, I'm not going to edit this. So unlike any of the other videos that you're going to see that I'll do in the future, that we will have, edits, if something happens, dogs barking, or if I have technical issues, this is going to be one continuous feed. I'm not going to stop this uh, so that you you can see that this is a true 100% side-by-side comparison. So give me a second because I do have to adjust my lighting in here because the blade is so bright. If I don't, it's very hard to see the difference between the two of them. So we're going to make some adjustments. I'm going to get that light off. I'm going to turn that light off. And we're going to kick off the lights behind me. So the only light you're really getting at this moment is from my monitors. So with that, let's go ahead and activate these things. So first, we're going to do the stock Savi blade, and I do still have it on the green. But I will show you the transition because the transition is a little different on the Jaymoo blade as well, and I actually like it better. So you can see, as it's trying to light up the room in here, the kind of light that it does. You can see it on my face. And now we're gonna go ahead and kick on this Jaymoo blade and let you see just how much brighter that blade is compared side by side. Now this is fully charged. I've got brand new batteries in both hilts so that you can get the full effect from them. The fully charged blade, fully powered batteries, and I mean you can just see just how much brighter that Jaymoo blade is than the stock Savi's blade. So I'm gonna go ahead and change the color on the Savi blade here and let you see how the change happens. Flickers and then goes to the blue. Not a bad effect. It is pretty good effect, I do have to admit. But what you get on the Jaymoo blade, and I'm going to drop this down a little bit so you can see a little bit more of the blade. This is neat. I really like this. You get that actual light effect that goes across it. And I mean, the brightness of this blade, how vivid it is just unbelievable. I love it. Another big thing, and I actually got this feature added on, was the slow ignition. With the Savi's blade, you'll be able to tell, and I'm going to turn it off and turn it back on. So let me go ahead and kick that off there so you can see. With the Savi's blade, when it turns off, it does it by sections. You can see it steps down, kind of steps back up. Whereas the Jaymoo blade, it's got the slow ignite up. It's got the slow deactivation. Savi's goes by sections. And that's the one thing about the Savi's is, it'll be section, 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 all the way up the blade. And if you have one of these blades, you can see what I'm talking about when you do that. When you turn it on, you can see how it will do multiple sections, one after another. Whereas with this one, it's a full-fledged slow ignite all the way up, slow ignite all the way down when you turn it off. So that in itself is a really good feature. Like I said, unedited. You can hear my dogs going crazy now because my son just walked out. But I want to let you see while I've got it here so you can see the coloring. I want to show you the different different profiles that I picked, and I'm trying to cover the speaker so the speaker's not overly loud. Um, all of the hilts that you put it in, whether it's a Savi's hilt, whether it's one of the legacy hilts, they all start out with the default blade. Each one of them does. And it's not until you actually deactivate and then reactivate halfway down that, or part of the way down before the blade completely disengages or deactivates, that you can actually change the profile. So if you go all the way down with it, you turn it back on, it just gives you the same profile back. However, if you deactivate and then reactivate in the middle, you get the change in color. Got the flicker on the white, so this is the power flicker on the white profile. Now I did get 12 profiles. I didn't get the 8, I got the 12 because I wanted to be able to get all the options that I possibly could. So we got the slow ignite. I'll show you here. Slow ignite red, kind of like the Vader ignition on there. Then I've got the special edition crafted core orange blade. Has that nice teal scrolling power light going through it, which makes it a nice difference. I don't know how well you can see that. You can see a little bit of it going through there on the camera. The next one is, of course, your power ignition or power flicker, however it's referred to, in yellow. Now, this is what the default will be for the Jedi Temple Guard. I believe it also is the default that you'll get for Rey. I have not tested that yet to make sure, but the default, though, of whatever the hilt is what you'll get, regardless when you're in the default setting. This is the same setup as the default for the Jedi Temple Guard, though. I have verified that. So you get the slow ignition and the power flicker of the green. That symbol, resembles more of the Luke Skywalker design on there. Then you actually have the teal with the orange power up, scroll that goes through. That is also another Crafted Core exclusive. The Crafted Core, you had to have the Forgotten Crystal to be able to get this unlocked. If you did not have that, then it was not an option to get unlocked. I had to provide a picture showing that I had the crystal to be able to actually get that. Next profile is a true purple. It's a little hard to see on the camera, but it's got the slow power flicker for Mace Windu. Now, this particular purple that's on here is more of a purple than the purple that you get on the Mace Windu hilt with the stock Savi's blade. The Mace Windu on the stock Savi's blade has a little bit more of a reddish tint. That's why, if you have it, you've probably seen posts about it. When the batteries go dead on, or start to go dead on a Mace Windu hilt, the lighting will actually turn red, and that's just because of the coloration that it has on there, and it doesn't give it a true purple color on there as much. The next one I have, actually, I'm sorry, that was the blue. I apologize. That was actually the Luke Skywalker blue. This is actually the purple. My bad. Again, no edits. So this is actually the true purple on there. The other one was actually the Luke Skywalker blue. So I apologize for that. My listing I have is a little out of order from what I actually have. I apologize. That's also got the slow ignition that you can see on there, or deactivation, but it's a quick ignition startup. So the next one, which I really like this, and it's a little bit difficult to see, but it is what he refers to as a flame blade. It starts out at the bottom as a yellow as it moves up into an orange, and then it has a red flame flicker at the top. So it literally looks like a flame on there. Now, what's really nice about this is the fact that when you turn this blade off, and I'm moving it here so you can see, so you're going to have a little bit more of the hilt sound. When you deactivate this, it does like a normal flame. It does not draw back down the blade. It flickers out like a flame, like this. And then you reactivate, it goes back up like a flame. Now, he also has on there a blue flame, or an ice flame, as it's referred to, which is this one, where you get the blue going up into almost a teal to a white, and it has the flicker of flame on there. This one also flames out towards the tip or the end of the blade. So it gives you a much different look there. The next one is a rainbow color one. Like I said, I had 12. I didn't have to take this one out. It's not bad if you want to go and have all the different colors showing, but it's not one of my favorites. But all in all, it's not a bad effect. It also has a slow ignition on it, but it has a quick ignite. The next one is your Kylo Ren, your power flicker. Now, unfortunately, on camera, you cannot see this as well. I wish I could get it to where you could see this better. I don't know if maybe if I turn. No, LEDs are not going to help with that any at all. So I'm trying to get it where maybe drown it so you can see a little bit better, give it a little bit better contrast, but you can't. I mean, you can see the flickering and the lighting around the room, but it's the design of the flicker that you actually have in here that makes it look so nice. The next one being, I believe that's back to stock, if I'm not mistaken. I'll tell you here in a second. Let me try to see if it changes colors. Yep, and there it goes back to the green. So we are back to the default stock coloring on that blade. Again, the brightness is unbelievable. You can see how it's lighting up the room behind me here. But we'll go ahead and get the lights back on camera here, and go ahead and turn that off. So you can truly see the difference now in the stock versus the stock Savi's Galaxy's Edge blade versus the Jaymoo blade. And I mean, let's face it. I mean, there's a major difference at how bright they are. But that is the first thing, to really talk about is the brightness. Now, with that being said, it is the main difference between the two blades. And the way this is actually accomplished is it uses the same technology, but it's not the actual devices of a NeoPixel, mainly because NeoPixel is a brand name. It's a marketed brand name, but all in all, it's the same technology used in NeoPixel as what's used in these. The same kind of lighting strip and technology in there to be able to provide the brightness and the coloring, the animations of the profiles. So it's NeoPixel not being solely a type of LED, but just the brand name. And I was actually unaware of that beforehand, and after doing some research, asking some questions, just to get clarification, because I wanted to make sure I was being, honest and truthful on all the information. I got with James from Jaymoo Blades, or Jaymoo's Playground, and he confirmed that that's what it is. I mean, it is the same technology, the same type of LED lighting system that's used in the NeoPixel, name brand that's there, but just can't call it that because of the name brand. Um, so moving on, the second thing that's really a game changer for this blade, um, and something that we'll talk about in just a minute, is that it's supported, or it does support the normal Savi's hilts. So your Savi's chassis, it will support any color, sorry, Kyber crystal that you put in there. So whatever the default color, animation, sounds, whatever, it supports that on the Savis. Um, it also does that on any of the legacy blades. So if you have any legacy blade that uh, that you put it in, you're going to get the same animations. You're going to get the same sounds, but you're going to get that more vibrant light from it. Now, with that being said, if you decide to, when you put your order in for one of them, you can have the slow activation, and things like that, and deactivation added to that, provided that it doesn't interfere with the stock design. Um, my big thing is I wanted to make sure with my Ray hilt that the slow activation and everything did not affect the uh, special clash that it has, where if you clash a number of times, the blade just kind of flickers and goes crazy. I'm interested to see what it does with this blade when I put it in there, of how it does. And the reason I say that is because one thing I didn't show you is when you do a clash on these. Um, I actually got it designed. Your normal Savis, when you do a clash, I'm trying to keep that covered so it doesn't blast us on sound. Your normal clash is just a flicker the whole blade. If you doing it on one of these, you'll get like a flicker of yellow or a flicker of white. With these, it's different. If I can get it to do it for you, it goes from the center out. Let me do it this way. Oh, now it's just wanting to. There we go. It flickers from the middle to the tip and the middle down. And that is an option that you can get added um, in there if you so choose to. It probably would have been easier to do it in the other lighting, but I wanted to be. I forgot about that. I want to definitely point that out. That is an option that I had added to it because I like the way it looks. And all of these animations and any of the new ones that comes up, you can find on Jaymoo's Playground's YouTube channel. He has all that on there that you can go through, and you can see the different custom designs and see the new ones that he may have come out with since you may have purchased. If I'm not mistaken, he does have a program on there where you can, I guess, ship back to him, and he can go in and change your profiles for a fee. I've heard rumors that seen posts on Facebook and things like that there may be a do-it-yourself where you can go in and change some of that stuff maybe yourself. I don't know. That would be awesome if that was the case. We'll see if that happens in the future. So, um, again, it supports all the Savis, it supports all the legacies. The other big thing is it does, as you saw, support the orange until hidden colors that the Savi's blade cannot produce. Can't do it whatsoever just because of the way it's designed, technology wise. This can do it. You can get it with the special crafted core design animation if you choose that. If you provide him with that information, like I said, showing that you do have it, either receipt or picture or something like that. If not, you can just get the standard orange teal coloring if you want to do that. Besides the stock hilt or Kyber colors, activation, deactivation, sounds, animations, like I said, you can get 8 or 12 different profiles installed on there, and you can get combinations set up with all of them. The different type of clash, the slow activation, fast activation, all that stuff, you can get added to any of those profiles. You get, like I said, the biggest thing is that of additions, and he's got this. You can actually see this on his website. Um, the tweaking of the colors, of the stock colors for the kyber crystals, including fixing the yellow to remove that greenish tint that the stock blade has, and a more richer purple with less of the red that shows up on your Mace window colors. The manual feature for switching colors back and forth by turning it off and back on while it's deactivating. Um, the flame animation for either the fire or ice, unstable blade animation like the Kylo Ren, slow sparkle as it's called, a fast twinkle. There was one that was called a Pacifica animation. I did not get that one. I saw the video of it. I wasn't really interested in that one. I think it looked pretty neat, honestly, but it was a toss up between that one or the rainbow flicker color change, and I just stayed with that one. You get your energy scroll, you got unstable energy scroll. The other big thing that you can do with these is, unlike your Savis or Galaxy's Edge blades, where you have only 3 links that you can do. You get your 26, your 31, your 36. With your Jaymoo blade, you can get anywhere from a 20-inch to a 36-inch in 1-inch increments. So if you want a 21, you want a 23, you want a 33. You don't want something that's going to be your normal size. You can get those on the site done with these blades. You get the pulses with the breathing, so it's more like a live, flickers kind of like it does in the movies that you see. But it has that brighter color, the smoother animation, the matching variation on the deactivation, that you get with each different kyber crystal as well. So we went through the different animations I have. So I'm going to close this out with this. My final thoughts on this blade is, honestly, hands down, it takes the Savis and Legacy lightsabers to a whole new level. I wish Disney and Galaxy's Edge would offer something like this as maybe an upgraded blade that you could buy for a little bit better, more cost, possibly. But I mean, let's face it, knowing Disney, they're going to jack the price up so much that it would make it to where it's just not even feasible to be able to buy one of these, or to buy, a Legacy hilt or a Savi's hilt, because the blades are going to be as much, if not more, than what they're charging for the hilt by itself. I will say that the price, of course, is a bit on the steep side when you look at it as a solo item going on a hilt. The blade itself, depending on whether you go with 8 or 12 profiles, is going to be between $260 and $300. I know that's more than any of the legacy lightsabers that you can buy, excluding the dark saber, which this one does not work with. You have to have it, basically you'd have to get a 2 saber set to even come close to the cost. However, taking that into consideration, think about, and I know I've seen videos out there, I've seen people talking about it, what it costs to take a legacy lightsaber, have it gutted, and have NeoPixel technology put into it to make it work and have a blade as bright as one of these Jaymoo blades. If you look at it from that aspect, the price itself is a fraction of the cost. I mean, to get it where you could do that with a NeoPixel setup, I've seen prices of $5, $6, $7, $800, depending on what all you get done to make it compatible. Just to make the hilt compatible with a NeoPixel blade, you get that same technology for half the cost, basically, with one of these Jaymoo Playgrounds blades. Plus, if you're like me and you are a collector and you want to keep things as close to the original licensed state that it comes in the day that you bought it, this is an option because you don't have to worry about going and making those changes. You know, you can keep it original and keep it intact. You know, and you know it's going to be the way it was when you bought it. You know, unless of course you do like me and you take the stickers off of it because you don't want those ugly stickers telling you how to turn it on and stuff. So um, the one thing about the blade is you do have to recharge this blade, but the blade itself can use a micro USB charger. Um, it doesn't take that long to charge up. When I got mine, it was pretty well dead. I'll use it for just a few minutes. Plugged it into the charger. I was using a quick charger, um, but in less than an hour, it was fully charged, ready to go. Worked perfectly. I tried to test and see just how long the battery would last, and the blade, the sabers themselves, I guess, is a safety feature. They turn off after 3 minutes. So after about 45 minutes of turning it back on every time it would go off, I finally gave up. Still had plenty of power in the blade itself. So, you know, I was like, okay, I know it's gonna last, you know, for quite some time. But you do have the benefit that if you decide you want to go dress up and bound at Galaxy's Edge, um, just bring yourself a charge pack. You can plug it in, charge it right back up. It's not going to be a problem. Um, it does have the technology built into it, so you cannot overcharge the battery, which makes a big difference. When you first plug it in, it's got a red light on it. When it's fully charged, it goes to blue, and you can't overcharge it, so you don't have to worry about the battery blowing up or anything like that. So that is a really good feature as well that I did confirm because I asked about it. I wanted to make sure on that. So in talks though with James at Jaymoo's Playground, sorry, they are working on the the side blades for a Kylo Ren. Don't know if and when that's going to be available. He says they are working on it. There's no timeline as far as when they'll be available, but it's something that they are trying to figure out. It probably trying to be figured out by some other people as well, but this, you know, they are working on that. But they also said that there is a possibility that they are going to come up with a dark saber blade uh, to be able to, based on the way he came across with it. And James, if you're watching this and I'm incorrect on this, please definitely drop a comment to let me know. But based on what was said, it looks like they're working on a blade that will work with the dark saber blade behind me, or the dark saber hilt, which would be nice if we can figure that out. So just waiting to kind of see what that comes up with. It may not work for that. It may be a dark saber style blade that you can put in one of your hilts. Don't know for sure. So in the end, um, if I had to rate this blade in some way, um, if I did it, to, you know, 1 out of 5 Kybers, for instance, I'd say it's definitely a 5 out of 5. You know, the just with everything that it offers, it's hands down, in my opinion, it was worth the cost. And I will be using this in all of my future review videos to be able to show you the coloring of the crystals that I'm going to be doing reviews on in the future, along with um, my holocrons. So that's the biggest reason why I wanted to get this video done and out to you guys, so that I can get back on working on those videos for y'all to be able to see. So with that being said, uh, if you're considering getting one, really look at it. I would recommend it if you have the ability to pick it up. I know myself, in the future, I will be picking up 2 of the 26-inch blades so that I can have another one the right length for my Ahsoka's, and also for my Darth Maul hilt staff. So um, anyway, I appreciate you guys stopping by and taking the time to watch it. If you watch this long, it's a little bit longer than I expected it to be, but I tend to ramble, and that's why, you know, editing is a good thing. So until next time, Be safe. May the force be with you. I'll see you around the galaxy.